Yeah, I think it is a very important aspect to be seen in today's uncertain world. We have for past 2 years seen different challenges. Of course, the COVID has been there, which has brought a different world or taught us a different world. Then we saw the shortages on the supply chain. Then we also now have a uncertain situation due to war or whatever, oil price shooting up or those things. In such an uncertain world, it is very important to stay in good communication with your OEMs, because as an OEM supplier, we have to make sure that whatever OEM requirements are there, they are met. And in an uncertain world like today, there are frequent changes because they are not necessitated because of just the consumer demand, but because of various constraints which the market is facing. A good positive part has been that there is a good demand because of the various reasons, particularly coming into a situation when we have seen in a COVID world, we have to keep a social distancing, minimize the sharing of anything, be it vehicle or so. So demand is there. OEMs have a challenge to meet those demand, and with chip shortage or many other factors, there were a lot of challenges. And we have started to live with a world in a COVID environment. We continue to run the businesses. So I think it is very important to stay in good communication and react to the changes in the market situation. That is how we can make sure that the ultimate consumer demand is met, and we are also not burdened with huge inventories or huge imbalances on the balance sheet side. Again, there have been certain challenges because of the commodity prices or because of frequent changes in the demand supply. There have been some liquidity on account of increase in the working capital. There is also a need to continuously invest on the technology, because we see a lot of changes happening on the regulatory framework as well as the consumer preferences. So in such a situation, I think it is very important to be able to forecast your requirements very clearly. Conserve the cash. Cash is the king. So you have to find a ways to be able to more and more predictable. Uh, just produce only when it is required. Otherwise, keep the components as a stock, just for an example, not into a finished goods or work in progress, so that you can convert into the work in progress or finished goods as per the customer need. So it is a time to be efficient. It is how you can reduce your time to manufacture your product, to procure your product. Of course, the circumstances demand that you will have a requirement of higher cash because of the commodity prices or because of the supply chain uncertainty. You should be keeping more inventories, but I think you have to cope up with that. Given the liquidity, overall liquidity into the cash market and the interest rate where it is better to have a cash on the balance sheet rather than being dependent to borrow at the last moment. I think it is a very important aspect, because we have to protect our future. We have to leave a world which is a better world for our children, for our future generations to come in. And therefore, everybody has become very conscious of that, whether it is in terms of recyclability or creating more environment friendly product. And we can see those effects, whether it is in terms of fuel efficiency from where it started and where it has gone. We today find much more cleaner environment, and the electric vehicle movement. While at Motherson we are agnostic to powertrain, we supply to all the models irrespective of the engine, but our products are far more in demand in such environment friendly product, be it in terms of the environment friendly product or be it in terms of the lightweighting or recycle. So we have set up a special cell within Motherson who is actually focused on creating a value proposition for the customers in this area. I think it's very fortunate that our OEM industry in India has been very conservative, I would say, or very committed in terms of ensuring that they pay their suppliers on time. They also want their tier 2 supplier to be strong. So there are frequent interactions with the OEMs who actually come and look at how you are managing your tier 1 and tier 2 suppliers, both in terms of your investment or your supply for the future, or in terms of the technology. And governance is very important part of it. So as a good corporate citizen, you should ensure that you meet your commitments to the tier 1, tier 2 supplier. And the technology is a good enabler. You can use the technology so that you have sufficient visibility, transparency with your supply chain to ensure that you meet your commitments. Technology is a great enabler. It helps you to see where the cash is stuck. It gives you an instant on a real-time basis which are overdue payments which have not come from the customers. You can figure out what is the reason. Is there any problem with the documentation? Same way, it also shows you, are you paying your suppliers on time? Are there any overdue suppliers? And some of the recent changes like GST, for example, these have also helped us to improve our liquidity, wherein you get the credit immediately and you don't have a multiple layer of taxes. Of course, GST is 2017 matter, but as we have come to a matured level, as the economies scale up, all these things are helping now visibly today. I think it will impact the industry positively, because you will be offering a product to the customer which is of the world class, and which we have been already doing. With the internet world, everybody is aware what is happening outside the world, so it's not something that the Indian consumer is ignorant. They know the product, what is the latest safety feature, what are the environment. And as I said, for the environment, we are becoming more and more conscious, and our children are in fact much more conscious, because everybody has to save for the environment for future. So these regulatory changes and fast tracking of some of these changes, including Euro 4 to Euro 6, has actually helped the industry to offer a better solution to the consumer. Cost may go a little bit, but at the end of the day, there is always a cost for a better future tomorrow.